The following program is a public access production. Comcast is required to provide time on this channel and make it available pursuant to franchise agreements with the communities we serve. Comcast is not affiliated with the following program or the producers of public access programming and is not responsible for the content. The following program does not reflect the opinions of Comcast or its affiliates.
Oh, hello everybody. This is Igor, and welcome to Igor's Morbid Cooking Lessons. We're going to be teaching you some really fun stuff today, and we'll put that down for now. We've got a lot of good things today. Today is our first show. We're going to do a whole bunch of different chilies. Chili is the food, yes, not chili is the place. And there's many types of different chilies that are made, and everywhere you go, everyone has their own different kinds of chilies and their own different ways of making it. And you can use turkey, you can use pork, you can use beef or venison, or I mean any kind of meat that you want to put in a chili, you can do it. I wouldn't recommend hot dogs though. Anyways, you can do that kind of. You can even do vegetarian if you're not, not the meat eater or vegan. There's just everything you can do. Chili comes in all different kinds of blends and shapes and sizes, and you can put your own signature chili together by just trying out different ingredients. That's all you have to do. So, anyway, today on Morbid Cooking Lessons, we're going to do 3 different chilies for you. We're going to start out with a ghostly chicken chili, which is, oh my goodness, it's yummy. Oh, it's good. Then we're going to do a no-bean Texas-style chili. It's going to be nice and spicy. Not too hot, but, a little bit of spicy for you. And then we're going to round everything up with that great big hot, spicy, burn your mouth alive, everything goes into the pot. Scary chili. So hang out with me, Igor, and we're going to take care of your chili needs today. And okay, folks, so the thing is that the great debate between chili and everything over the years is not limited to what kind of chili is the best or that kind of thing, but even the more heated argument is to who made the first bowl of chili and where did the first bowl of chili come from. I don't know that. I did some research though, and I did find a couple of things out, and I'll tell you what I found out. As far as somewhere west of Laramie, Wyoming, way back in the 19th century, being a product of the cattle drive and things, that's where most people say that true chili came from. And true chili meaning the type of chili that you find in restaurants and places today here in the United States. This also goes all the way back to a very grisly tale that I will tell you now, but it's not for the squeamish. So if you're, little rumble there, you may not want to listen to this one. But the Aztecs who would cut up the bodies of Spanish conquistadors who would journey into their lands, and they would kill the conquistadors, and them being cannibals, they would chop them up, mix in chilies and other spices and things, and then they would have dinner. And of course, you know all about those conquistadors. They're that famous rock group from the 70s that did like Roseanne, all that. Okay, forget it anyways. But now, the whole thing is, there are many stories coming from many different places that say they were the first that did the chilies, but it's an almost known fact that it was originated here in the States. Okay, everybody, now we're gonna start cooking. So, first off, we're going to start with a ghostly white chili. Oh, it is just scrumptious. Oh, and so it's one of my favorite recipes. You know, way back when I first started cooking and stuff, I was terrible. I mean, the first chicken that I ever cooked, oh man, that thing just wouldn't stop screaming. Anyway, so what we got to do here is I'll go through the list of ingredients for you, things that you'll want to get while you're shopping to start up your thing. And of course, okay, so now what we're going to do is go through the ingredients that you're going to need to make this chili just the greatest that you can make. First off, we have our beans. We have 3 different kinds of beans in here. We've got a white bean and a pink bean, and we've got some cannelloni beans. Next thing, we have our pepper selection here, and it's a poblano and a banana pepper, and habaneros, of course. We've got garlic, the extra virgin olive oil, and we're not going to go into that. The yellow bell peppers, onions. We've got our spices here, our salt and pepper and all that kind of stuff. We've got cooked chicken that was cubed and spiced a little bit, and I'll tell you a little bit about that later. And then we've got chicken stock. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start putting everything together to make our pot of chili. Okay? You know, one of the things I always say when you come into my kitchen, you never leave hungry. Nauseated maybe, but never hungry. Okay, here we go, guys. Come on over here to the stove. We're going to put in our mix. Okay, so now we're going to add all of our ingredients into our pot. So we're going to take the lid off, and we're going to, well, I don't know where we're going to put the lid. Let's just put it right there. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to add your beans. You got about 1.5 pounds of beans. Now, we did these last night, and you soak them in water, and then we're going to cook them down in here. You soak them overnight, and or you know, if you want to use canned beans, you can just go to the store and buy canned beans. It really doesn't make a difference. It just you know, the fresh is a little bit better sometimes. I don't know. So, and then we're going to take our onions, and we got white onions chopped, you know, like a medium to a medium fine type chop there. What we're going to do is we're going to add half of those into the pot, and we're going to hold on to the other half because this is going to do something different with those. And then we're going to take and we're going to add a little bit of garlic into it, probably about a tablespoon or so of the garlic. That's going right into the pot. We've got we're going to put a little salt and white pepper into our mix, and you want to put about a tablespoon right there, and a little bit more of the white pepper, maybe about a tablespoon and a half. Depends on how much you like pepper. If you like pepper, then you want to put a little more. You can add that to taste. But for this recipe, that's what Igor is saying that you should put in. So, and what we're going to do then next is we're going to take our chicken stock. We're going to add in 6 cups of chicken stock, and that's going right into the mix. Right into the mix. 6 cups of chicken stock. Okay, and that's going right in there. We'll put that right aside over there. I'm going to also add a little chili powder, and we're going to go with 2 tablespoons of chili powder. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to throw that over here on the back burner right there, and we're going to put that on, and we're going to bring that to a boil, and then we're going to lower it back and let it simmer. And it's going to have to simmer, since you've got those those beans in there and everything. It's going to have to simmer for about 2 to 3 hours is what it's going to do. And so we're going to put the cover on that and let that go. Okay, so that's going to be good for the moment. We'll add everything else in a little bit. Right now, we're going to chop a couple of peppers, and then we're going to saute stuff in a pan for that. And what we got there, olive oil for it right there. Okay, everybody, we're going to get our peppers ready to go into our saute pan and take care of that. So we've got 3 different types of peppers. We've got our problemos, we've got the banana peppers, and we've got the habaneros. So what we're going to do is just cut that guy right down in there like that, and get rid of that. And now, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but the seeds of the pepper, that's what makes the pepper hot. So if you don't want the seeds in your stew or your chili getting hot, you might want to cut out all of those seeds out of there and discard those seeds. Otherwise, you never know. So what you want to do with these guys is take a couple at a time like this, and you want to chop them up finely. So you want to just go through there and cut them down into little bitty strips. Now the problemo pepper here is not a really hot pepper. It's on the Scoville unit, it's pretty low. So if you want to do that, check your Scoville unit here. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. That's the way to tell how hot that a pepper is. So if it's a bell pepper, and so it's not even going to register on the Scoville scale. If it's like a ghost chili or something like that, then even though this is called a ghost chili, it's ghost because it's white. It's not ghost because we use ghost peppers and make it real hot. If this was my wife, Janusz, doing this, Janusz, I'm sure she'd put in 7 or 8 of those ghost chilies to make it, her way, because she likes hot foods. Matter of fact, she likes all kinds of foods, and she used to anyway. She's my dearly departed wife. She's kind of dear, and she departed, so I don't know where she's at. Anyways, so we got these guys going here. We're going to cut these into little thinner strips for us here, and get that going in here, get it chopping up here. And then we got our other peppers to go. And the same with these guys here. You want to get rid of all the seeds out of these if you don't want to be burning your bum. Because these guys are hot. So we want to get rid of all those seeds out of there. And I don't know, sometimes, if you're working with one of these hot peppers like this, you might even want to, wear gloves. You might want to, because, you get that in your eyes, and you're going to be a sorry camper. But I'm going to be real careful with doing that, and then you're going to wash your hands right after you're done with that. But you want to chop this up nice and small, nice and fine. You don't want to use more than 1 or 2 if you're doing a small batch of chili. So we're only going to put 1 in there. My friend wrote in to me as I was starting to do these shows. And he's like, do you eat these peppers? And I said, well, every now and then I have one like this. And so he says, well, I want to see you eat one. So I'm going to write on. That's a hot pepper. Oh. Oh. Oh, that was good. That was good. Okay. All right, back to the cutting. Okay. If you are making chili or anything else that's real spicy, if you put in too much spice, it can ruin your day. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because you get too much spice in there. Oh, that's hot. That was. If you get too much spice in there, then people aren't going to like you much. So if you do that, there are ways that you can fix your chili so that it's not as hot anymore. And one of the ways that you can do that is you can take and peel and cut a potato. Yes, I said and you cut and peel a potato, and you put in maybe 2 or 3 potatoes into your chili, and you let it set for about an hour, 45 minutes, hour, something like that. And then when you go back into it and you take those potatoes out, because you don't want to leave them in there, they'll absorb the spices from your chili. So your chili will be much, much less spicier and easier to eat. So that's one trick that you can do. Another trick that you can do is add a little bit of honey to it. And the honey will cut back. And I know what you're saying, oh, putting honey in chili, that's kind of disgusting. It works. You don't put a lot, just maybe a dollop or 2. You won't even taste it in your chili. I mean, you won't taste it at all. But it will cut back on a lot of that very, very hot spiciness in there. And another thing you can do, and I know you're not going to believe Igor when Igor tells you this, but I tell you what, Igor did do some research on this. You can also put a little bit of shaved chocolate into your chili. Not a lot, and not so that you can taste it. But if you shave a little bit of that chocolate into it, it's going to calm it down and take care of it. And reverse that heat and make it a lot better and easier to eat. But Igor likes his chili hot. So we're not going to worry about it, okay? We're not going to worry about it. Anyways, so we're going to go over to the frying pan right now, and we're going to start sauteing stuff. So here we go. Okay, next step is you turn your pan on to a medium heat and get it heated up. And then you want to put in about 2 little drizzle of olive oil there, extra virgin olive oil. Again, we won't go into that. And we're going to saute now the rest of our onions that we didn't put into the chili. And we're going to saute the peppers that I just cut and the yellow bell peppers that I put in. So we're going to put them in there right now. And we're going to stir them around. We want them to get a little bit on the caramelized side, a little moist. Just soak up that oil there a little bit, and get all those flavors mixing in around there. And and you can just imagine how good that's going to taste once we get that done. I want to add just a little pinch of salt to that. Get that going in there. We're going to add our spices in a minute, but right now we're just going to let this stuff soak all this up, and then we're going to add it to our chicken. And, speaking of chicken, my wife, weird thing. I told her one day I was sick, I was not feeling good, and I told her I wanted some chicken noodle soup. So she went to the store and she bought this chicken, and she brought it home and she cut that chicken up for like half an hour, 45 minutes. Finally I said, "What are you doing in there? You're chopping up this chicken for 45 minutes. She says, "I'm looking for the noodles." I don't know. It's crazy. Anyways, we're going to let this stuff simmer and get done, and then we're going to add it to our pot. So we'll be back in a minute.
Who's there? Show yourself.
I am here.
Why can't I see you?
couldn't comprehend my appearance.
I did not expect you here. Now.
I am always here. Now.
I have lived twice in my life, Death. Once as a child, and once in the arms of a delightful woman. Now I only live in fear and expectation of what is to come. Please, you are here now. Let me pass on. Let me pass on.
I am only here to observe. I am not here for you yet.
Please. My life is over. I'm not able to continue. I want it to be over. I want it to end now.
The world ends 1,000,000 times a day, and never ends at all.
I have nothing left.
You have much. Your yearning desire to die drove you out here. You beckoned to me, called me out. Few have ever had the power to summon me. No. You have much. A need to feel wanted. A need to be someone again. You have not been anyone for a long time. Just existing.
I have existed for so long. I don't know how to live anymore. Take me, please.
It is not your time.
What shall I do while I wait? Furthermore, Death. How long do I have? Answer me. How long do I have?
I cannot tell you that. For all you would do is wait. Wait for your calling. Wait for your time to come. Wait in that miserable existence that you call your life.
So what do I do now? What do I do now?
Live.
I have nothing to live for. Don't you understand that? I have nothing. Have you not heard me? My life is at an end. Everything ended when I lost her. Everything. I have nothing to live for. I wish to join her now. If you won't take me, I'll kill myself. I will. I'll take my own life. Right here, right now.
Do what you will. Take of your own life and spend eternity in a hellish limbo.
All right. So if I go on with my life and change the way I live, change my miserable existence, what then? What can I expect? What will happen?
I will come for you at the appointed time and take you away.
Will I be with her?
Yes.
Then that is something to live for.
Yes.
Yes. I will do it. All right, Death. I'll do it. I will change. And I will live. If for nothing more than to be with her. I will do it!
Then it is time for you to go.
Go? What do you mean, go?
Yes, go.
But I don't understand.
You came out here into these woods today to take your own life, to kill yourself. In doing this, you called upon me with your lost soul. I was called in to try and redirect you, sort of guide you. A last effort on my part to turn you away from suicide. You see, you were to die on this day anyway. I did not wish to see you suffer in hell for an eternity. Besides, that takes all the fun out of my job. Now, come. It is time to go.
Okay, so now everything's nice and caramelized and soft and nice looking and everything. And just look at all those colors in there and everything. It's going right into our pot with our stuff that we put in earlier, which is our beans and our chicken broth and our garlic. And all that pepper and onion goodness is going to go right in there. There we go. And we're gonna move this over here. Oh, no, it wasn't hot. I was just kidding. Okay, so we're going to add our spices now. And spices here, we got about a teaspoon of white pepper, and we've got about a teaspoon of cumin. That's good stuff. We've got powdered oregano. You can use regular oregano leaves or whatever. The powdered stuff I just like better because it mixes in with your stew better. We're going to add a teaspoon and a half. And just about the palm of your hand when you fill it up. That's good. If you've got big palms like Igor, you know, it works really nice. And then we're going to add our cayenne pepper, and now you can add this to taste. If you don't like cayenne pepper, don't put so much in. You know, it's not rocket science. Igor is going to put in about a tablespoon. So, we're going to do that. Then, now we're going to have all kinds of fun, because we're going to add in a diced chicken. And we did this last night, and basically what we did with the chicken is we cooked it down. We added a little bit of spice, a little cayenne pepper, a little salt to that as we cooked it, and then when it was done cooking, then we brought it out, let it rest for a while and get all those juices stay in there, and then we went in with that and we diced it. We're gonna add all that chicken in there. That's about a pound and a half, maybe 2 pounds. Depends on you know, what you want. So we got about that. We're going to stir this up really good. Get that going here nice. Get all those spices mixed up in there. Get everything looking really good. It's looking really, really pretty. So now that that's in here, now you want to let it simmer. It's cooked for about 3 hours. Now that you've added the chicken and everything else, you want to cook it for maybe on low for about another hour to get all those juices in there. Get everything nice and rested and settled in there to make your white chicken chili. And then we're going to serve it up. But right now we're going to let it go for another hour, and then that will be that. So in the meantime, as this is cooking down, we've got more stuff coming up for you. We're going to start our second chili recipe, and we're going to go with that. So stick around. Hey, all right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that first recipe for our ghostly chicken chili. It's good. Oh, it's yummy. Anyways, we're going to move on to our next recipe for chili, and it's going to be our no bean chili. So no beans. You don't have to worry about the, Okay, so anyways, we're going to move on to that, and we're going to get into the ingredients and let you know about all that stuff right there, and then we're going to get cutting. Okay, so our ingredients here are our beef tenderloin. We're going to dredge it in some flour and spices. We've got the garlic. These are our spices. It's salt, pepper, paprika, and cayenne pepper. We've got onions. We got 3 kinds of peppers here. We've got the one little habanero in there. We've got the green chili in there, and we've got the yellow bell pepper, all for the different colors, you see. Then we've got some chopped tomatoes. We're just going to use canned diced tomatoes, tomato sauce, tomato paste, some chili powder. You got to have chili powder because well, you're making chili. And then we got a little bit of chicken broth here to deglaze our pan. After we dredge our beef, we're going to put it in our saute pan, and we're going to saute it and get a nice little crispiness on it before we put it in the pot, so it all comes out nice and wonderful. So let's get cooking. Okay, everybody, so we're going to go ahead and start preparing our meat for our no bean chili. So we got some flour in here, regular flour, and we're going to add some cayenne pepper to that, a little bit there, about a teaspoon, and of course a little salt and pepper, a little bit of that over there. Make sure we sweep up later, of course. Little white pepper. I like white pepper in chili. About a half a teaspoon right there for now. And so what we want to do is we want to get your hands in there and kind of mix that all up a little bit to get in there. And that's about a cup of flour, maybe maybe a cup and a quarter of flour, whatever. And we throw in that right there. So then we're gonna put in some meat, and we dredge the meat in there. Put that on the plate a little bit. And we're gonna put in most of our, there we do it in a couple of different sessions there. We want to get good coating on there. And that'll really help bring out those flavors once we get this thing going, baby. Alright. You know, the wife and I, at one time we had a dog, and we really loved that dog, and I really did too. My wife was such a bad cook that our dog would periodically grab her cookbook and take it and bury it in the backyard. So it was nice. She couldn't find it, and she didn't cook for a while. So that was fun. So, alright, now we got all this put together. We throw that all on the plate, and we're going to take this over to our pan, and we're going to get that all going there. Okay, so we're going to put our pan on medium and put a little EVO in there. And you'll want to get that oil get a little hot, so that when you put the meat in there, you're going to put a sear on the meat, and that makes it all real good. And it's going to be nice and flavorful when we do that. So we're gonna put that all in. It's gonna take a couple of times, but you go through it a couple times and you flip it around and get that in there, and it's gonna be all nice and crispy. And then we're gonna add it into our pot and start doing our chili. So let me go ahead and do this while you, well, do whatever it is you want to do. Okay, I don't care. Go get a snack or something like that. Okay.
Steaming
I'll see you in a
hot
minute.
coffee. Perfect to pick you up. Ours is blended specially, so you know it's smooth, rich, full up with the deep, mellow flavor and aroma that sets a man on his feet again. Buy it piping hot and hearty, perked fresh and waiting for you at the Refreshment Center.
Hi. You hungry? Looking for a tempting treat? Hold on till I absorb some heat. Some added tang might please you, too. I'll slide into an oven-fresh bun, and I'm ready for your eating fun.
Why don't you try a juicy good hot dog? Mmm, delicious.
Show starts in 5 minutes. Don't be alarmed, folks. That's only the sound of our giant-sized kernels of popcorn exploding into tasty life. Just look at that. Popped from the finest popcorn anywhere, then heaped into a giant-sized container, salted and seasoned just so. Nothing hits the spot like popcorn. And wouldn't some taste good right now? You'll find it at the Refreshment Center. Crisp, hot, delicious popcorn. Go ahead, get some. Show starts in 4 minutes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The management of this drive-in theater is happy to announce you can enjoy your favorite form of movie entertainment regardless of rain. No longer will it be necessary to let rain spoil your fun. Now you can keep your windshield clear and dry with a drizzle guard. Simply attach it to your windshield, and in a jiffy, you're enjoying the movie without constantly running your windshield wipers. A drizzle guard will save you gasoline and wear and tear on your battery. After the show is over, all you do is take off your drizzle guard, roll it up, and it's ready to be used again, just like an umbrella. So next time it rains, don't sizzle in a drizzle. Get yourself a drizzle guard and enjoy the show. Drizzle guards are on sale now at the concession center.
Show starts in 3 minutes.
And now meet the star of our show. Symbol of a treat that quality made famous. America's most famous ice cream treat, Eskimo pie. Creamy, delicious ice cream made even more exciting with smooth, rich chocolate coating. And wearing the label of quality, known the world over. Eskimo pie, the treat you know is tops because it carries its pledge of quality right on the back of the bag. Be sure you save the bags for valuable premiums. Get famous Eskimo pie at our refreshment stand now. It's America's anytime taste treat. Finest ice cream, finest chocolate. It's delicious.
How about a refreshing ice-cold drink, by itself or with a snack? Cold drinks in all your favorite flavors are ready and waiting for you at the Refreshment Center. Stop in. Get the frosty zing you get only from a refreshing ice-cold drink.
Show starts in 2 minutes. show starts in 1 minute.
Here's our own special hot chocolate. Extra creamy, rich, and delicious. Because we whip every drop frothy smooth. Gives it something special in the flavor department. Creamy hot chocolate at the Refreshment Center.
And now, on with the show.
Okay, our meat is done here, so we're putting that into our pot, and we're going to let that set in the pot there. So now with the pan the way it is, and we're going to add in our onions and all three of those peppers, the bell pepper and the poblano and the habanero, and those are all going to go in there. We're going to let them caramelize. We're going to throw in about a tablespoon there of some minced garlic. If you like more garlic flavor, you can add more to it. If you don't, well, you know, leave it out. And then we're going to let these caramelize a little bit there and get that kind of going down. We're going to add that all into our pot and let it all cook up. It's going to be great. Going to add our tomatoes and the rest of our spices and such in there to get that going. And oh yeah, I meant to tell you about this too. I was talking about my wife earlier, and such a terrible cook. She's not a good cook at all, you know. One time in the castle here, we had the cockroach problem. Well, my wife served them some of her leftover meatloaf, and that took care of that. This is going to be ready real soon, so come on back here in a minute. We'll add our chicken stock, and we'll get this thing going. Okay, so we got the little caramelization on these peppers and onions here. You don't want to cook them all the way down because our meat is only braised. It's not 100% cooked through, so we're going to be letting this simmer for maybe a couple of hours after we put the rest of the ingredients in. But right now what I want to do is throw a little of the chicken stock in the pan here. And what happens with that is that all those little bits and pieces of all the flour and the breading from the dredged meat and the cooked oil, all that stuff's going to work itself together into here. Brings down the temperature of the peppers and stuff a little bit. And then we can add that all into our big pot. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the pot over to the front. And then add all that goodness into the pot. Oh, look at all that. Yeah, and that takes everything out of there. Put that all together. So now we have the meat and the onions and the peppers together. So that's all good. There's a little bit of that chicken stock juice in there. So then we're going to add our tomatoes. And if you want to add more tomato sauce or tomato paste or anything like that to thicken or thin it out, you can do that. You can add more chicken stock if you want, or tomato sauce, either way. If you want it more tomato, you can do that too. So we're going to add a little bit of sauce into this mixture. And then we're going to put our spices in. And we're going to do a tablespoon of paprika, maybe a little bit more. And if you want more of a smoky flavor, you can use a smoky paprika, but just a regular paprika for me. Then a little bit of chili powder. We go with about 2 tablespoons here. Like that. I want to put in About a tablespoon of salt. Over there. And a little cayenne pepper, and that's about maybe a teaspoon or so. Igor like a little bit more, so Igor put in a little more. You got a problem with that? Do you? Okay. Anyways, we're going to go back here and stir this up a little bit and get it going. Nice. Get everything mixed together. There we go. Oh, that's looking real good. Come on, little, very thick this is. So we may add a little more tomato paste to it, but you can put in or take out whatever you want to do, and to get it the consistency that you want it. That's why chili is so amazing. You can play with it and add to it and take away from it and adjust the menu, whatever you want to do, but it's all your recipe. So it doesn't matter, you know, it doesn't matter. It's good, it's all good. So anyway, I'm going to add a little more tomato sauce to it here, and I also prepare some rice. So with this type of chili, it's very good to put some rice or maybe pasta or something down and then serve it over the top of it and get all those juices and everything flowing with a little bit of starch to add to the meal. Very tasty. So anyways, we do that, and well, we'll be back with our third recipe in just a few minutes here. You know, my wife, Janusz, she's starting to get real crafty with her leftovers. Yesterday, she started knitting me a sweater out of her leftover spaghetti. Anyways, we're going to start in with our last recipe for the day. It's going to be an all-out spicy chili, and it's going to have a little bit of everything in it. So we're going to show you the ingredients right here for it. It's going to have meats and peppers and all kinds of cool things. So here we go. Okay, everybody, and this is our ingredient list for our last bowl pot of chili here. It's going to be our tomatoes and sauces. We're going to have yellow and white onions together. That's the yellow is the Spanish onion. We've got garlic. We've got some frozen corn in here. There's some peppers, and there's red bell pepper, and there's going to be some sabrositos and some habanero stuff like that. The bottom's going to make it real spicy. We got our bean mixture. It's like 5 different beans. We got white beans, pink beans, black beans, cantaloni beans. You can put whatever kinds you want in it for all that color and everything to pop out at you. And then our meats, we have our cubed and chopped up pork meat, and then we've got the pork sausage mixture that I cooked up already for you to go in. And you can add beef to your pot as well as pork, whatever kind you want to use. So those are the ingredients, folks, and let's get cooking. Okay, everybody, we've got a great big pot going on here now. I've got lots of friends coming over tonight, so I got to make a big pot of chili. Got it, a big pot. So I've already added the beans, and that's the 5 bean mixture. And if you want to add lesser beans or more beans or whatever, you know, that's up to you, because it's your chili. Okay, it's your chili. You make it the way you want it. Okay, anyways, so then we added in our meats. And again, you can put in whichever kind of meats that you want. I put in a pound of a ground pork sausage type mixture, and then I put in 1.5 pounds of diced up pork and beef mixture, and then put that all into the pot. We are throwing in our onions, and that's 1 yellow onion, 1 white onion, and those are also chopped medium fine. Nicely done. We've got about maybe a pound of the frozen corn. I like frozen corn because you control the salt. Frozen corn has very little salt content in it, where if you use a can, there's lots of salt, and that's not good for you. Okay, these are all our peppers. It's a red bell pepper. There's sabrosito, and there's poblano, and there's all kinds of stuff in there, and habanero is going to be nice and spicy for you. You're going to like it. We're also adding in, I used a can of crushed tomatoes. They're already cooked down and easier to use. and I have some tomato sauce, and that's going to be in there too. And to thin it out a little bit, we're going to use about half a cup of chicken stock, and that's all going to go in there. You can use a little more chicken stock if you want to thin it out. Spread it a little bit. It's up to you. It's your chili. Then we're going to add our spices. We've got about a tablespoon of salt and a tablespoon of white pepper. White pepper going to be in there. And we're going to add about 3 tablespoons of chili powder. And I like dark chili powder. You can use the lighter chili powder if you want. Either one works good for you. Whichever you know, the flavors are different, but whichever you like. I've got the paprika. We're going to use 1 tablespoon of paprika. We're going to use 1 tablespoon of oregano. I use powdered oregano. We got this is the key ingredient now though. This is the cayenne pepper, and we're going to put in a tablespoon and a half of cayenne pepper, and that's good stuff there. And then we're going to use another tablespoon of cumin. And this is going to be a big hot pot of chili. And then we're going to use about a tablespoon and a half of garlic. And all that goes in there. Okay, now we got to stir this up really nice and good. And it's looking like it needs a little bit of more chicken stock or something in it, because it's really thick in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to add another couple of cups of chicken stock to it, and then when we're done, we're going to cook it and let it simmer for about an hour or so on the stove, and then we're going to serve it up. So once you come back, then we're going to serve up all 3 plates and let you see what it all looks like. Okay, so watch. Okay, everybody, so we finished our show for the day for you with 3 different pots of chili, 3 different recipes. You're going to try them and love them all. And if you need to adjust them to your liking, it's okay to play around with it a little bit, because, you know, chili is not an exact science. It's just a fun recreational way to cook a great meal for people here. This first one that we are going to show you here, this is the beanless chili that we did. No beans whatsoever. It's just the meat and peppers and stuff. We put rice in the bottom to soak up some of the flavors, and that's going to be very tasty. The first chili that we did, of course, was the ghostly chicken chili right here, and you can see it's nice and wet, and it's not a very thick chili, so it's pretty good. So and you can see that there, and it's really nice to put some fresh onions in this. So we can just dollop a little bit of fresh onions in there, and then you can put a little bit of cheese to go on top, and that's a really nice dish right there. The cheese will get all nice and melty in there and tasty and everything. It's a Monterey Jack cheese is what I use for that. For my chilies, that's what I like the best. You can use a sharp cheddar or you know, any kind that you like. It doesn't have to be just this, but that's what I like. So I do it for Igor, and of course I do it for the wife. You know, the wife, she's trying to stretch out the budget there and stuff. So she made a elastic meatloaf. She made it on Monday, and she stretched the darn thing out till Friday. Anyway, so here we go. And this was the last one that we did. Look at all the colors in that. That's a total mix of everything in the pot. Scary chili, so this is going to be a little bit more spicy for you. But you put in the sabrositos and the habanero and the other peppers and things like that, and it's going to bring up that fire volume in there. So if you want to put a dollop of sour cream in there, sour cream will cut back on the heat. And of course your cheese is a dairy, so that'll do the same thing, but we'll put a little cheese in there as well, and that'll make it nice and good for you there. We'll put a little bit more in there because Igor likes a lot of cheese. So there you have it, folks. 3 different pots of chili for you to create and have fun with. Mix it up a little bit and invite over your scary friends. And we have more coming for you. This is just our first show. So if you like what you see, you can go on to Vic Mortari at Comcast.net, and you can get the recipes for this, for all 3 of the chilies, at Vic Mortari at Comcast.net. You'll see the number at the bottom of the screen there. It's magic, it happens like that. Or you can join us on Facebook, and you can join us by going to Igor's Morbid Cooking Lessons. And then we'll bring you in as a friend, and then you can watch some of the videos, footage that we have there, and all kinds of cool things like that. So, do whatever you need to do, but make some chili, make some fun, have a great time. And this is Igor, and I'll be watching for you, watching me. Goodbye. What are you looking at? Go away. Go home. Go make some chili.